Welcome to episode 78 of Two Idiots Reading Comics. Alright, I'm going to need you to like, share, subscribe, whatever platform you're on right now. If you're on podcasts, especially iTunes, make sure you're following and you're downloading each episode. iTunes has messed that up a little bit recently, made it harder. YouTube, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, fucking notification bell. I don't know if that's still a thing, but do that. And then follow our socials at Two Idiots RC on Instagram and Twitter, Two Idiots Reading Comics on Facebook. All right, now let's get into the show. And welcome to the best damn book club on the internet. This is Two Idiots Reading Manga.
Oh.
My name's Ryan Talmadge.
What?
That's Davis Crocker.
Oh.
And this week, we're reading our first manga, Davis.
Damn right.
Lone Wolf and Cub. Probably not the first one we should have picked, but we picked it.
It probably shouldn't have been, but we made our choice and we're going to lay in it.
Yeah. Not that it was bad.
No, it was not bad.
Not that it was bad.
Just 289 pages and
A lot of Japanese.
Japanese.
I think the funny part is that we both read the intro saying
Yeah.
the people that did the translation were like, look, we did the best we could, but there are some words in Japanese that have multiple meanings. We put a glossary for you in the back.
Yeah. Figure it out. We went with the figure it out part.
I was like, I don't need that.
Context clues.
Context clues. I don't have a degree.
Should have read
I
the
can
glossary.
figure it out.
Should have read the glossary. Should have skimmed the glossary at least.
Yeah. And then, then we found out why this is two idiots reading comics.
Damn straight.
But that being said, the reason why I picked this one, I'm a fan of Mark Bernardin, does Fat Man Beyond with Kevin Smith. It's written for a lot of TV shows, written comics.
Jay and Silent Bob.
Nope, that was Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
He wasn't in that.
Sorry, I thought you were crediting Kevin.
No.
My bad.
Mark Bernardin
Gotcha.
did an episode.
My bad.
I think it was with Ming Chen, the guy from Comic Book Man.
Oh.
It was like an episode that Kevin wasn't on. But someone asked them if you could pick one comic to do a series about, what would you do? And this guy, I've heard him like go into a movie he didn't like and then be like, well, they could have done this and make movies better. And like really like his ideas and stuff and the way he thinks. And he said his favorite property that he would want to make a TV show was Lone Wolf and Cub. He said he really loves it. And now he did say, he's like, obviously I'm not Japanese and there's a lot of nuance and like stuff that only Japanese people will probably understand. So he'd give it to like one of them. But he said this is something he wants made. And I was like, fuck it, we're going to check that out. Because there wasn't really any other indies that was catching my mind. Also, I don't know. This could have been like the biggest manga publisher in Japan. But because I don't know it, it's an indie. But I think what really would have helped was like, I think it was either the last one and the second to last one. They did the origin story.
Last one.
And I was like, we
definitely needed to have been the first one.
We could have put that one at the front because the rest of them are just almost
Didn't even have to be the first one. I mean, I know Marvel and DC did the whole thing, wait a couple of issues, then do a backstory. Definitely didn't need to be 260 pages in.
Yeah. But they could have put it more towards the front. And other than that, it was basically like we talked about earlier this month with Brave and the Bold, Flash and Green Lantern.
Oh, yeah.
It's basically just a bunch of one-shots of like...
Nothing connected.
No.
It did connect. It
not a whole
did
lot.
Connect, but it connected more than Flash and Green Lantern.
Yeah.
But at the same time...
And the fact of like...
connects a lot more.
The legend of the Lone Wolf and Cub is getting around all these Hans or towns in Japan. That was about the only thing. Like his legend was growing.
When is that a concept? When did you figure out what Hans meant?
That was like the one I could like.
Did you finally?
After each town he was going to, they got this Han.
How many times did it take you to get there?
Probably about the third.
Yeah, that's the same.
Yeah.
It went way farther than it should have.
But yeah, like we said, glossary we didn't use.
Two idiots here.
But the concept is awesome, and we both love The Mandalorian, which is heavily based off of this.
This is
They didn't go as far as to have Grogu being bait for him to kill people.
No,
but it's definitely like the same thing.
Yeah. This Mandalorian definitely took a lot of inspiration from this.
Yeah.
If they didn't take inspiration from this, then how they got... Either way,
I think
they had to take inspiration.
There's a phrase out there that's like, good artists borrow, great artists steal. So
why not?
Yeah. But it was definitely an interesting book. I'm trying to remember what my favorite one, but this is like the first thing I read this week, which is like Tuesday. Obviously the origin, because I was like, it all makes sense now.
The origin was quite good.
Where like it was someone who asked him to do something, and he was like, "That's against honor," and they're like, "All right, well, you can kill yourself or kill you."
So meaning, I'm sorry that we're gonna
gonna butcher a bunch of shit right now.
While we're here, I'll go ahead and
we didn't do
credit.
Yeah.
Story is Kazuo Koike.
Let me see that.
Kazuo.
I watch Japanese pro wrestling. I might be able to do this.
Koike.
Story guy, I'm not sure. Art Goseki Kojima. I would say
that's about as close as I can get.
Yeah.
With it. Of course, there was many others, but because we're from the South and we're two idiots, I am not going to try to butcher all those.
And then there were
names.
some translation people, but
so our main character is Ogami Ito.
Yeah.
He was a member of the Kajakunin, which was the Executioners, which was also the Agami clan.
Yeah, they talked about in like the main government in the I forgot. There was one Edo
is the
was
capital
like the capital
of medieval Japan.
But they talked about how there was 3 different forces of the basically the secret police, which Executioners was one of them.
Which is the
and then the ninjas.
Kurokawa clan.
Yeah.
The assassins is the Yaguya clan. And then the Kajakunin, which is the executioners, the Ogami clan, which is
that's basically how the
main character.
That's how the king like enforced his rule and stuff like that.
Yes. And in doing so, the executioner, reading the glossary, if I got this correctly, he was a member of the clan that would perform the final kill of seppuku, which is of a samurai to place his sword aggressively into his gut,
his own,
swipe horizontally into his own,
seppuku,
rip vertically, spill his guts on the floor, and
a form of then, like honorable suicide.
Then mercy killed by the assassin, by the executioner. Apparently, our Ogami Ito refused to either participate or refused to kill someone outside of seppuku. Seppuku.
There we go.
Not a B, a P.
I could be completely wrong too.
Look, we are so sorry.
But I feel like I've heard seppuku before.
Seppuku keeps coming to my head.
There's no L.
I know there's no L, but either way. And in his origin story, he renounces to be an executioner and to become an assassin. And in doing so, that's a very aggressive dishonor to his shogun.
How about them giving the baby? He's like, all right, if you crawl to the sword, you're going down with your dad. You go to this ball, you're going to like.
That was him. That was Ogo. That was Ito.
Oh, I thought it was.
That was
baby.
him. No.
Oh.
That was Ito giving his son that choice.
Yeah. He's like, you can go live with your mom or your grandmother.
You can no. You can go join your mother in the afterlife.
Oh, fuck.
If he chose the ball, Ito was going to kill his son. You choose the sword. You come with me.
God damn.
Oh yeah. He was going to seppuku his own son himself.
Well, him and Marco would have gotten along great. Yeah.
So in doing so, he has shunned his shogun, which I believe would have been his master, his person. And they send in, I don't know who the group was that was sent after him to enforce his death.
Yeah.
And the leader of that group gives him the choice of you can have an honor duel, which is kind of like dueling in what you would imagine the Old West or
have a fair one-on-one.
The 1700s of America.
Yeah.
It's one-on-one. We have a witness. Everyone agrees this is a one-on-one. Whoever kills the other is free to live.
Yeah.
You kill me, you live on. If I kill you, I kill your son. We are even. And the big thing of this is that Ito uses his son.
Oh yeah,
many a times.
Yeah, throughout the whole book.
And in him getting away from this beginning, the group that's coming to kill Ito has his son, his back to the sun, the solar sun. So he is in the advantage because they're both of equal standing. Ito then uses his son with a mirror on his head, bends over, shines it in the dude's eyes, slices him in the gut, kills him, and walks away. A lot of action
in this book.
There is a lot.
And I was kind of
a lot of heads rolling, horses' legs being cut off, which is a...
this is not a book for young kids.
Which, the way I understand, killing the horses of battle is very evil.
Really?
It is
in Japanese culture?
Well, not just in Japanese, but in American and Indian culture is.
I can see Indians
and
Native Americans.
And in the American culture, it's the horses are just a vessel.
Yeah,
they're their own being. They're their own life.
Though, and dogs and cats. Oh, that's a rumor. Fuck. Sorry.
They eat pets,
but they definitely. That's fuck. God damn it, Davis. That's Chinese people.
Sorry.
We're fucking cutting all that out. God damn it.
But in American, the idea that a horse is a vessel, it is not the aggressor. It's not meant to die.
Yeah,
like it is meant to take the warrior.
Kind of like how if you murder
warrior.
A police dog now, you get charged as like killing a police officer.
Correct. Yeah. It is only a vessel to carry the warrior to the aggressing warrior.
Yeah.
So to attack the vessel, as Ito does, is a very dark thing to do.
You're not cheating. You're not trying, bro.
Is to take out the vessel.
Yeah.
And now you create an even playing field. Well, in Ito's case, you create he's the fucking beast.
Yeah. Motherfucker. Also, there's some of them panels I was like, thank God they're fighting. There's a lot of, not like a lot of text bubbles, but when there is a text bubble, it's a paragraph.
It's some 80s text bubbles.
Well, I mean, it's probably written around then.
And again, translated from original Japanese
where they
to
use
American.
Symbols. Yeah.
It's a tough read.
Yeah.
It can be a tough read. I mean, I
tell you what, I wish they would have used color. It would have been a hell of a lot easier to tell who was who.
Trying to figure out people was rough.
You got to pay attention to either the hairlines or what pattern they use for their clothes.
I thought the swords were going to be the key. Mm-hmm. Then the swords all started looking the same.
No, especially when they're slashing. It's just a blur.
Now, Ito using the baby carriage as his
all like the handles
spear,
and stuff,
as his
like
handles
his
for
weapons.
spears
That's
and long
awesome.
blades. Yeah. That was cool.
Now here's my thing: like, if we were to keep going for this, the second to last one is where he met that prostitute in that town,
and she calls after him. She's following him. She's going with him, and she was looking for him to start with.
Yeah,
when she went to that town,
so they did that, and then randomly put the origin at the end. But I'm wondering if you go to volume 2. Does she start tagging along? And
I think she does.
Maybe do we finally start to get some like, all right, now it's all starting to at least creep to a story arc.
What is his purpose?
The way Mark described it on that podcast was it's a story of father, son, and then the father is like seeking revenge.
On who? Or is that's what you would learn?
Probably, yeah, probably.
That's what you learn.
Like, whoever ratted him out or something, I don't know.
Because
it seems like everywhere he goes, people are hiring him to kill people, and then other people are trying to hunt him down.
Well, he's the assassin. I mean, he's killed.
Yeah.
And how many secrets does he know?
Yeah.
Every time. That's like, to me, that's half of his payment.
Yeah.
is to learn the secrets of why am I doing this?
Yeah, because you can't like then try to kill me to cover your tracks. Like if you try to kill me, I'm gonna let everybody know your real secret.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
This motherfucker thought shit through
Oh
all
yeah.
throughout the book.
He's
He's always
extremely
one
smart.
step ahead.
In what we've read so far, has he even been touched? In battle, he was touched by the throwing knife because he let that happen.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Like he's
In battle, he has not been touched, right?
no. He's like
Neither
way
has
ahead of
the
everybody
kid.
else.
The kid, there was parts in this. There's been no magic. There's been no like extraordinary power.
No, there was just that one. When that lady who was a widow kept sleeping with all the other assassins, and like got them to, or was planning to get them to kill the next
the pregnant
leader.
and then she
Yeah.
ended up dying in childbirth. Then
Yeah.
Aito killed her.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that assassin that she was sleeping with at the time, who got distracted by the baby because it was holding a gun,
Yeah.
he had the baby and was threatening to kill it. And then,
Yeah, and Aito took care of that.
yeah. So,
there are times there's no magic, there's none of that. But
No.
at some time you see the child, and the child seems to be beyond its years. Like,
yeah, I mean, some
like
of that
like a
could-
little bit more than just a toddler. Like it can,
Yeah.
like it actually
He's
is
being raised by
understand-
an
Oh, he's
assassin.
being raised.
Yeah.
Um,
some of that's probably convenient storytelling. And then,
of course.
Yeah, but
But
I don't
I kind
think
of like it.
Yeah, no, I like the baby. Probably, obviously, not fully understanding of what's going on,
But
knows well
understanding
enough that like
yeah,
his dad's taught him a few cons.
flintlock pistol goes pew pew.
Yeah,
That's what when that guy that picks up
Mm.
Aito's kid goes, how do you understand what this is?
Yeah,
And then he realizes like, oh shit.
yeah. Lone Wolf and Cub.
Yeah.
No, I obviously like going through the first like 8 chapters or whatever, and just being like one-off stories did get annoying. But if I ever got to the point where I was reading it again, or like further, and they got to a story arc, I could see it like being good.
It definitely needed a story arc. But the same, like again,
Also,
it's a volume 1. It's a world builder. You've got to kind of just get into it.
Yeah. Also, I need to print out the glossary from the back and just have that handy too. Yeah, that would have helped out a lot too. But it was, I mean, there was a part in the middle where I was like, okay, I'm starting to get the vibe. We learned the secret. We learned what's going on in this town, and then the fight, and like it hit a rhythm, and I was enjoying like the middle parts, and then obviously the end was pretty good. But yeah, it was pretty cool. It's probably gonna be a shorter episode though. I wonder. What do y'all think about us doing manga though? That's what I want. That's really what we want to know. Because I mean, what was it, April this year? There wasn't an American comic / graphic novel / any type of graphic novel that was in the top 20 selling. It was all manga.
Yeah.
Mostly Demon Slayer. Because I guess that's what's
it also
hot
got
in the
Netflix.
streets right now.
It also got a Netflix show.
For
So
sure.
I mean, that kicked it up the notch.
But so, and that's a whole nother conversation that we could get into. I was planning on getting into, but it looks like we're gonna hit our time actually talking about the book. But the Japanese guys are killing it, man. It's
They're
a
doing
whole
their
thing.
own thing.
They're creating new and interesting characters and stories, and it doesn't all have to be superheroes anymore.
Like this is literally just
Yeah,
medieval samurai,
feudal Japan.
and it works. It
Yeah.
carries it. It holds its own.
I mean, Demon Slayer's not. I mean, obviously
Well,
people
Demon
have
Slayer,
powers.
Yeah, I mean,
right. Fucking My Hero Academia is all superheroes. I like that one. But
Titans.
Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titans. That's humans fighting Titans. I
What's
mean,
the other one? Oh, One Piece. That's
Holy
superpowers, but not superheroes. I fucking love One Piece. If y'all want us to do more manga, we're either doing the Pokemon manga because that's actually pretty good. You have to get a few volumes into that before that starts getting good, though. I'm also just a gigantic Pokemon fan. And One Piece, will make One Piece a continuous, and I will literally not stop doing that one.
Sure.
So, but obviously, their work rate is ridiculous. They're putting out 200 pages faster than most people can put out full volume.
That's what's crazy. I mean, this was 289 pages for
and $10.
Comixology.
No, this was
free.
a borrow.
It was free. It was a borrow.
But like most of the time, unless you go get from what I can understand, there's like a 200-page volume, and it's volume 1, and then most of them, if they're not too like new, you can get a collected of volumes, like 3 volumes at a time, and those are only like $15.
Wow.
For 600 pages.
Wow.
Obviously they're not in color, but the art is still really good, and stories are obviously awesome. But manga's just killing it right now, and we could bring in the whole point that American comic book writers are tending to wear their politics in their art recently. We try to avoid the politic talk, but if you've been on the internet longer than like 5 minutes and looked into comics, you know what we're talking about. Whatever side you're on, and it's just a headache to deal with. And we didn't start this podcast to get into other people's politics. No matter what side you're on,
this is an escape from reality.
Yeah, both sides are annoying as hell, in my opinion.
Damn straight.
But so it's getting harder and harder to find American comics that aren't doing that. And fucking, there's a lot of manga based on a very popular anime that I wouldn't mind reading. So
yeah, sure. Let us know
if that's something y'all would like to do. If that's something you would like to do,
I'm interested enough.
We'll start doing a couple of those. But yeah, you just gotta let us know. We've always said, I mean, fuck, we had one request, and granted, that was
it
back.
Took a little while.
That was back when we planned this shit out a year in advance.
We had 8 months planned out one time.
Yeah, I'm just fucking stupid. We do this like, hey, what are we reading this month now? So we can get to you a lot sooner. But if you got something you want us to read, let us know. We're pretty much open to anything. Unless we just think it's so bad we don't even talk about it. There's only
been one so far.
We talked about that one. We did not like the way it turned out. We just didn't like the way the episode turned out.
No.
So we'll fucking read whatever you want. Just let us know. Also, this is the last episode of 2021.
Roll Tide. Let's get through this fucking year, and let's have a new one.
Why'd you have to say that?
Because it's part of me. It's me. If you want to say WE, go ahead.
What? Oh.
I won't say the words.
War damn. What's up?
But yeah, Happy New Year. We'll see you in 2022.
Yeah.
Maybe we can wash our hands of the shit show that has been the last 2 years finally.
Who knows?
Move on.
Probably not.
Move on. Let's have a new year. Hope everybody's healthy and happy.
Yeah.
And we'll see you in 2022.
Yeah. I don't know where you're going with that, but let's
All
go.
right, that's it.
See y'all next Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.